What's up YouTube, it's Chain. Today I'm coming at you with the best settings guide for 1.8.9 PvP. All these settings are extremely important to have and will instantly make you better at PvP. But enough yapping, let's get into it. We're going to start off with the Minecraft settings, but if you're here for Lunar settings, make sure to stick around. We're going to be doing those right after. So first you're going to hit escape and go into options. And right here, you don't care about this, you don't care about this, but in video settings, if you have a slow PC, you're going to want to change these graphics to fast. This will drastically increase your frame rate. It basically just makes everything lower quality so it's easier to load and it's easier on your computer. However, since I record and I have a strong PC, then I have it on fancy. Next important setting you might not think is that important is brightness. You want to have it all the way up to bright. That will make it so no matter where you are, it's always max brightness, even if you're like in a building and there's no light. That's super important so you just don't get shadows blocking your sight. For increased frame rate, you're going to want to turn dynamic lights off. And obviously you don't want to have any shaders on. That would cook your PC. Details really aren't that important, but I would recommend just turning trees to fast, and all this other stuff can be off to optimize frame rate. For your render distance, I recommend 16 far, that's what I run on. Or if your PC is a little bit worse, I'd recommend 13, that's a nice balance. And for your frame rate, you're just going to set this to whatever your monitor hertz is. So my monitor has 244 hertz, so I put it to 250, which is just over that. You always want to put it 5 to 10 higher than whatever your monitor frame rate hertz is. And the two most important settings here are dynamic FOV and view bobbing. Basically what view bobbing is if you have it off, you'll start gliding. Like, see how my head's not shaking side to side? However, if I were to turn it on, my character walks side to side, and this is really bad for PvP because it messes up your aim and just makes your gameplay more choppy. The next thing you need to have switched off is dynamic FOV. This is automatically set to on, so make sure you come in here and switch it off because it'll make it every time you sprint, which you're doing for 100% of PvP, it'll change your FOV, which can affect your aim and just make it harder to see what's going on. That's all the important stuff in the video settings tab, so just hit done. And then from here, the next thing you want to go to is controls. I'm not going to go too in depth into this stuff. If you want me to make a separate keybinds guide and like sensitivity and optimizing everything, I can do that, but right now I'm just going to show you what my settings are. I'd recommend copying these and just pick whatever sensitivity is comfortable for you. I'm just going to scroll down, make sure to pause the video and copy these. These are the most optimal keybinds for Minecraft PvP. Also, I recommend turning your FOV down. Most people have it on Quake Pro, but this makes it more difficult in PvP because it like messes with your aim and things are more zoomed out, so it's like harder to be precise. So I recommend having it around 80. That's what I run. Most people have it way too high. And the last important setting in this tab is your chat settings. While it may not seem like it impacts you, you want to turn your chat size way down. I recommend just copying these settings. These are very good chat settings, and it's very necessary because the default chat covers like a good 1/4 of your screen, and that's not great for PvP. And the last and very underlooked thing for your Minecraft settings is making sure you have a texture pack. There's a lot of FPS boosting texture packs out there. One, it just makes the game look better, and it can significantly increase your FPS if that's a problem you have. The pack I have right now that a lot of people like is called Glorious 16x. It helps my frames. Just to prove that these settings are very optimal, I'm going to go to unlimited frame rate. You can see how many frames I'm getting. While I'm recording, I'm getting 500 frames. And when I'm not recording, this number goes to above 1,000. Now moving on to everyone's favorite, which is the Lunar settings. And if you don't have Lunar client, I definitely recommend downloading it. As soon as you download it, you'll notice a difference in your FPS and your PvP. It's just super useful. You're going to want to hit right shift and then go into the mods tab. I'm going to go through every important mod for PvP as well as go into some of the settings I have in the settings tab. First setting I recommend having is 1.7 visuals. Basically this makes animations like block hitting and some of these other things look like they were in 1.7, which is better for FPS and just looks cleaner overall. Probably the single most important setting for Minecraft PvP is toggle sneak sprint. Basically what this allows you to do is every time you hit W, you'll automatically be sprinting. This is super important in PvP because you always want to be sprinting like 100% of the time. Now under the Hypixel Bedwars tab, what you're going to want to set is the height limit. So that'll show you how close you are to the build limit on any Bedwars map. And that's useful so you don't bridge up too high and then fall. Crosshair is also another super important setting. You can copy my crosshair. I'll show you guys what my preset looks like. This crosshair is the best, or doing like a little plus like this is also a really good crosshair. I like this one too. This isn't necessary. I'd also recommend turning on item physics. Basically that makes resources like iron and gold just drop to the floor instead of just spinning in a circle floating. There's a few other settings that I have on, but they aren't really necessary for PvP, and it's just more like quality of life stuff, like having this potion effects, having these keystrokes, having my ping. I recommend turning all those on, but if you're just here for PvP settings, you don't have to worry about it. Now moving on to the settings tab, and there are some extremely important settings in here that you need to have for PvP. The first setting I recommend is minimal view bobbing. So if you have this enabled, what this allows you to do is if you go into Minecraft settings and enable view bobbing, you won't actually like move side to side, but you'll still get the hand movement to make the game look cleaner and more realistic. Disable hotbar scrolling is another really important setting, because what this allows you to do is if you're holding an item out on your 4 slot and you actually hit your scroll wheel, it won't switch which item you have, so you can fully use your hotkeys, which is very important for PvP. Another setting you might want to have on is raw mouse input. Basically what this does is Lunar client bypasses any Windows mouse settings you have set, or even some software settings for your mouse, and just gives you like your raw input. This can be useful if you have mouse acceleration on in Windows settings, but if you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. Just play on what you're comfortable with. Those are all the important settings relating to PvP, but again, you guys can pause the video and copy my settings. So those were the best and most optimal settings for Minecraft 1.8.9 PvP. I'm now going to play one Bedwars game. If you're still not fully sold, and I'm going to just show you these settings so you can compare them to your gameplay. Now just for this video, I'm going to leave my FPS uncapped because some people have FPS problems on Hypixel. It's like a naturally laggy server, but I'm going to show you that with these settings and a somewhat decent PC, you'll be able to have like extremely high FPS the entire game. Okay, we just got Aqua's bed here. They weren't out fast enough. Nice, we get the kill there. Again, it's really important to have auto sprint on because I didn't have to keep hitting control every time my sprint got reset. Also, not having the dynamic FOV and view bobbing made it easier to aim. It's very important to have these settings early on in your PvP career because it'll make it easier to adapt to them while you're still not the best player, and just get really good at them as you improve. Alright, we got a fight with Pink here. Let's try and show off these settings. This guy is actually pretty decent, so we gotta lock in real quick. Hopefully we can get this guy's bed here. He didn't have time to buy anything, so we can just tower up, play it slow. Oh, he has a lot of prot. Just like that, we were able to win that fight. Our aim was steady, our movement was good, and all these settings came together to allow me to clean up Pink there at a disadvantage. That's going to be all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found these settings helpful and you noticed you got better at PvP, please like the video and subscribe.